Hello, welcome back to the Butterfly Effect podcast. So I recently finished Life is Strange Double Exposure. So Jack is currently on holiday, so I thought I would do a character ranking. Haven't given this any thought, I've just found this one and we're just going to go straight into it, to be honest. Thoughts and feelings in the games can be found in our analysis series. If you guys do enjoy any kind of choice-based video content, whether that's Supermassive Games, Until Dawn and whatever, Telltale Games, Quantic Dream, Deck 9, Don't Nod, this is the channel for you guys because we do analysis, we do reviews, we do funny comedy shorts, character rankings, all sorts. But nonetheless, we're going to get into this. So I'm just going to go alphabetical. Amanda, where am I putting Amanda? Now, with Amanda, I don't like the way the game throws you with her and it's like, oh yeah, go flirt with her. And I'm like, I don't even know who this person is. Over time, she actually does become quite an adorable person. I certainly ship Max with her more than I do with Vin. I'll get more into him later. She reminds me, like the hairstyle and the fashion, a little bit of that like Xiao from like Tekken. Probably butchered the pronunciation of that, I am sorry. I don't think she is S tier by any means. She's funny, she's cute, she's quirky. She seems to have good music taste. Yeah, she's kind of like nice and extroverted, kind of something that kind of like yin and yang to Max. We don't see her too much. That doesn't really make me want to put her. She's like low A, high B to me, and I feel I'm gonna put her in high B. Because I feel like A and S is like, I'm going to rank really high characters in there. And I'm thinking about other Life is Strange games. And little spoiler, I think this game has a lot of B tier characters. Don't get me wrong, I think the game's okay. But I don't think we get too much out of them. Or at least like some episodes skirt around them a fair bit. Alderman, now... he gets kicked out of the game super early. I think, what is it, episode 3 he dies in? And he's only in episode 2, really, isn't it? So we only ever see him twice. And he just plays angry detective. Now, don't get me wrong, I like the fact that he's quite intimidating and he kind of like puts Max and Moses at, you know, a little bit of distress and it creates tension. He is at the heart of my favourite scene, which is the scene where you sneak around the telescope room. I thought that was a really amazing bit, and his like intimidation really adds the jeopardy to that. So I do think he serves a good purpose. But like in the next episode, we see him in the morning, and he suddenly, it looks like he's not taken meds or something, or he just woke up on the wrong side of the bed. He just like acts all like psychosis mode. It's really weird to see. But he's just like really aggressive and yeah, almost looks quite delusional. But yeah, kicked out the game too early. So I think D is like where I'm gonna really put horribly written characters in. So he's like a low C to me because like if I look at other sort of like, I mean I wouldn't say he's a villain, but like, you know, you're putting your Nathans and your Jeffersons way above Alderman when you look at kind of people that go against Max. Now Vin, I was not a fan. Now, he's just an absolute sleazebag, to be honest. Head of the Abraxas whole thing, you know, and like, I'm not really a big fan of that clubby, clicky kind of frat mentality, and he's at the head of it. To be honest, he's just a sleazebag in the fact that, like, someone's just died and then he's telling Max to be more sexy. I hate the fact that on my stream, I got outvoted and we had to end up kissing the guy. And then like when the timelines emerged, Amanda called me out on it. I was like, yeah, sorry. Don't really ship them at all. And of course we have to mention the fact that he does kind of cover up a lot of stuff just to take his cushy job, doesn't he? So yeah, I do think he has a good heart in the sense that at the end he is on your side and he wants vengeance for Maya and Safi, to be honest. But I just can't get past the sleazy nature. So I'm going to put him in C, but above Alderman, since there is a bit of substance there. Yasmin just plays that kind of head lead chick, like super well, powerful woman, you know, and she kind of like produces that whole respect. But she is, in my eyes, a bad character for covering the whole Maya thing up, how she treats Safi at points. So I'm not a big fan of her, and I think she's falling in the C category as well, to be honest. So I think I'm going to stick her between these guys. So yeah. Also, something I forgot to mention is that Jack will probably fix my tier list. Usually we rank them together, but we thought we'd try it out where I would rank them, and then we'll see what Jack thinks, and then he can mop up my mess, per se. But yeah, I don't know, just Yaz, just whenever she comes on screen, it doesn't really scream like, oh yeah, this is going to be a fun scene. I always just sort of feel like, oh okay, yeah, here comes, the head honcho. It's going to be a very serious talk. And, I think she serves the purpose pretty well, but it's Yaz, I'm not blown away. I'm not going to be remembering any of Yaz's dialogue in, well, I was going to say in 2 years, but to be honest, I don't remember much of Yaz's dialogue now, so I think that says what that needs to say. Diamond. Now, when we move on to Diamond, I really like her as a character. She's really quirky. I don't think we really saw too much of her, but when she comes on screen, she has like a nice quirky back and forth with Max. I get like the kind of symbol that they respect one another, that they're fairly similar in certain aspects. I love her fashion as well, almost like embracing a heritage in like the hair clips and stuff, or hair beads, I'm not sure how you call it. And then we get the really cool credit scene. So does Diamond have a power? I don't know. Did she only just discover it? Did she have it the whole time? People might have to kind of help me on what that ending meant, because I've only just freshly finished it, to be honest. But I really like Diamond, and it says at the end that Max will be back, and I assume Diamond's going to be back too, so it'll be really cool to see what happens with Diamond. I will stick her in B though, because I think she kind of is on par with Amanda. I'm going to put Amanda... See, I actually prefer Diamond, but I think we get more time with Amanda, and her character's fleshed out a little bit more to warrant Amanda going higher. But yeah, no, Diamond, really solid character, no quarrels with her. But then again, she doesn't do all that much either, she just hangs out with Reggie and Moses quite a bit. So yeah, there's that. Gwen. Now, I really like Gwen as a character. It's such a shame that she goes through the mud during this game, doesn't she? She gets framed, she gets fired. She has to make some tough decisions. She catches people snooping on her. She can't enjoy a joint in privacy without us retrieving a memory stick that she tried to burn. She goes through the walls, and on top of that, I think she has the coolest office in the game with all the plants, the posters. She has these really epic jackets with all these cool pins and stuff. And yeah, she's just like a really chill teacher. If you want to hang out with any teacher, Maya's definitely the one you're picking. Yeah, it really saddened me that, Loretta did what she did, so we're kind of like on her bad side to start, but she never really goes against us. She always stands up for what she believes in. She joins us in the Justice Call in episode 4. So yeah, like a really epic inclusion of like a transgender character, and I really thought, because I've not played like True Colors, so like I think True Colors is a very kind of like good game for like the minorities, but like I just really enjoyed having Gwen on screen. So yeah, Gwen Hunt, a really good character in my eyes. I think she falls somewhere in B as well, and you know what, because of her quirky nature and the fact that she goes through the mud and she is in quite a lot of cool scenes, I am actually going to put her above Amanda, but they are kind of like neck on neck. I'd have to have a really good think, and I might need the help from Jack to maybe sway that one, but right now my gut feeling is to put Amanda below Gwen on this list. I'm going to talk about Loretta next. So Loretta, I feel like the game tries to make her the Victoria Chase of double exposure. So like already she's like the journalist, she's like trying to like maybe besmirch Safy's name a little bit after she just died, butts heads with us a lot, immediately gets us in trouble with Gwen if you call the bluff out like I did. So yeah, you already kind of have it like, boom, this is a horrible character. But I was like, they're doing the Victoria Chase. She's not going to be a horrible character. We have the chance to ruin her grade, and I'm glad I didn't, because from that point, she's good as gold. She, helps Reggie with the panic attack. Then she, what else is it she does? She's just like, has some like solid conversations with you, and then she can kind of give you information as well, and like kind of chimes you in and points you in the right direction with the whole Maya thing. So yeah, she is a solid character. No quarrels with her. I would have liked to have seen more of her. I feel like she could have actually played quite a vital role in episode 4 or 5, but she kind of falls off the radar a little bit. Like, in episode 4, she's not present, so much so that Safi can actually actively disguise as her and shapeshift as her. So, like, we barely see her, and then in episode 5, we just get, like, a bit of a, oh yeah, maybe try to be more respectful when you do your journalism. And it was a bit of a letdown, so much so that she either falls to the bottom of B or at the top of C. And what disheartens me about Loretta as well is that she was kind of like, in my heart at the start, I was like, I want to like her. I think she could be the dark horse. And then it never came to it. So because of that, I'm going to put her here because I just don't want to put her next to that sleaze bag. Lucas, yeah. So as for Max, now we will talk about Lucas. So, I mean, I don't think he warrants a lot of the stuff he gets. Like, it's a tough one because let's break it down. He plagiarizes and steals his students' poetry, publishes it as his own, becomes really successful from it. I mean, I say successful, not too much so, but he has this book and he flaunts it like mad. And the student who actually wrote the book commits suicide, and I don't know if it is confirmed because of him or if it is to do with the whole power stuff. I think it is because of Lucas though, otherwise like I feel like I would know. So yeah, this guy is scum of the earth, and I feel like, yeah, be scum of the earth, and I think Safy maybe takes it a little too far. You don't really need to wedge his son away from him. But then again, you know, I'm willing to be talked out of that argument because Maya's blood is on his hands, and maybe he doesn't deserve a kid. You know, that is a whole other philosophical debate and something that I'd have to think about a bit deeper. But yeah, like, scum of the earth, this guy, and just the fact that he tries to come off as a hero from it as well, and he doesn't really carry remorse or guilt. I hate that. Max is really interesting because I love her to pieces. Life is Strange 1, one of the most important games to me. Absolutely loved it. I've always been pretty vocal about how I didn't think Double Exposure needed to be made. I feel like the game was good as a standalone game, and it ended perfectly, and I felt like, did we really need Max to, you know, come back? But you know what, like, I enjoyed episodes 1 to 3, I'll say that much, and in terms of Max, it was really cool just to see a bit of backstory, how she did the travelling, she really took the photography seriously. Now she's helping out Caledon University, and the thing with it as well is that they brought Hannah Tell back, so the voice was authentic, and it was amazing to see Max again. And what I love about her character as well is that she's like evolved. It's still Max at the core, her principles are all there, but like she's a bit older now, she actually drinks, she goes out a bit more, you know, she can quirk, have a bit of back and forth, she's not really afraid of romance, while I've kind of got the vibe that she maybe was in the first game. So they like evolved her character and it felt like Max grew up. I'm going to controversially annoy people though and put her, nah, not really, I'm going to put her in A because, sorry guys, but I'm a Chloe Price fan. S tier is like Chloe for me. I feel like the problem with Max and a lot of main characters, I always say this, they're a blank canvas because they have to be fairly plain Jane to kind of like really kind of take on our choices. So if we want to be radical, we can. If we want to be nice, we can. And I feel like with the main character, they have to be somewhat a blank canvas. And I feel like it does water down their character quite a lot. I feel Max is like a little quirky. She, you know, kind of the joke of the first game is she has that kind of like hipster thing going for her, and I think she really is artsy. I really like Max. If Max was a real person, I would totally hang out with her. But I just feel like S is a really special category where I'm putting like character writing that blows me out my socks. And I feel with Max there was more of the same, a few changes, but I didn't feel like, wow, Max is like my all-time favourite video game character. S is just a really harsh rank for me, and I just feel like Max doesn't quite achieve it. Moses, now, Moses is a tough one for me because he is a genuine, lovely soul. He's such a nice guy. He's a really good mate to Max. Everything about him just screams just like massive teddy bear, you know? I really like the guy. He's your ride or die in the game. Your right-hand man, really. But besides that, his personality, I'm not saying it's bleak, but you just don't really get like any iconic Moses moments, you know? Like, I feel like you've got the grieving side in the dead timeline, and he's all sad, and I just want to hug the guy, and like, you know, I want to be there for him. But in the like live timeline, he's just kind of just this figure that's just there, you know, and he's just friendly, but he's the same odd. But I just feel like he got underutilized a little bit. I mean, maybe not underutilized, but he just felt very watered down, and I can't quite put my finger on it. Someone might have to help me in the comments with this one, but I just feel like there was just one scene or two missing, or one or two Moses moments from really breaking him out to be like an A-level character, but we never got that, and I just feel like he just falls in the middle of the pack a little bit. And I feel he goes here. I'm going to put him above Diamond because we see less, but I feel we get more out of Amanda and Gwen, and I feel that will annoy people, but I just feel like they did Moses dirty a little bit. I just wanted more from him. We go to Reggie. Now, he strikes me like a bit of a spare NPC, really. He's there talking to Diamond. He's in a lot of background scenes. We get the Abraxas puzzle from him. Then he kind of serves as a bit of a maybe romantic plot to like Vin, which, you know, like might deter us from kissing the guy. I don't know if I mentioned he had like the panic attack in that one scene, but he never is really instrumental to the story. He just feels like a spare part, someone they added in. I don't hate him by any means, but he is a C category character for me, and I would rather hang out with Reggie more than Vin, but Vin's character, at least it is a bit more fleshed out. I find him sleazy, but I am taking writing into, you know, account as well. And for me, yeah, he falls below there. I don't think Reggie is that standout. And we're going to end it on Safy. Now, at the start, yeah, I really like Safy. You would almost argue that she's more of a match to Max than Chloe was, because Max and Chloe were held together in Life is Strange 1 by their history, right? But at the end of the day, they've changed a lot. They're night and day. One's a punk rock chick, one's a hipster photographer, artsy girl. And I just feel like a lot of what tied them was history. And don't get me wrong, I love that. And I think it's really cool how they reconnect the pieces and rekindle their friendship or romance, depending on how you take it. With Safy, I feel like, yeah, she's more from Max as well. She's this poetry girl. She's at this university with Max. And I feel like their friendship just feels like something that Max lacked, maybe, and it is kind of like they share similar passions and hobbies, and I felt, yeah, this is really good. And obviously, don't get me wrong, I had the gameplay trailer, and all the trailers say that, yeah, the whole game's about Safy dying, so, like, we know about this character, but, like, because she dies early, there is, like, a really cool friendship. She's quite a quirky character, but then she's axed off quickly, and then we see her right at the end, and then it's just, like, she's not in one timeline, so she misses a bunch of screen, you know, time there. And in the other timeline, she starts off like a little clueless, just kind of coasting. Then she's randomly angry. And then obviously all the stuff comes out about the powers. And then I just felt the writing was a little off. She just seemed to go randomly radical. Episode 5 I thought was like absolute piss poor. And I feel like there's one choice that involves her. And don't get me wrong, I get she's super mad at her mum, but it almost just felt like Daenerys Targaryen, where they just make her randomly really radical and angry out of nowhere at the end, just to match like the effect of the storm. And I just didn't really buy Safi. And then at the end, when she's almost like, oh yeah, she just goes into high horse mode, like, I have a power, we're special, we can achieve this and that, I'm gonna go find more people like us and form the Avengers. And I just really did not like the way her character ended whatsoever. So I feel like I'm gonna put her in B as well. Now, I'm gonna put her here because I feel like Loretta and Diamond, although I like them, their characters are a little less fleshed out. Safy's kind of like falls between that. Moses, we get more time with him, and I am gonna go on the niceness of Moses trumping Safy, because I feel like Safy, her character towards the end, kind of got a little ruined. But yeah, I mean, guys, tell me what you think of my list anyway. Did you like it? Did you agree with it? What would you change? Are you looking at it surprised like this rugby man is over here? But otherwise, guys, yeah, if you want more Life is Strange videos, please let me know. And just, like I say, guys, honestly, in the comments, just let me know what other videos you would like. Tell me where I went wrong in this video. And then, yeah, we'll have Jack come back on board at some point. And he will tell me where I went wrong, and we'll get him to fix this current list. But until then, guys, I will see you soon. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next video, guys. Take care for now.